My wish for you is that you continue to be who you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Grand Rising! If you are a first time viewer, welcome. My name is Joseph Long, and I thank you for tuning in. To my returning viewers, hello, friends, and thank you for your consistent support. If someone offered you 10 minutes of quiet in the middle of your day, how would you spend it? Would you lie down and close your eyes? Would you read a few pages of your favorite book? Would you take a walk and look at the clouds, look up at the clouds? What would nourish you the most? Ask yourself that, and then write it down in your to-do list or calendar for tomorrow. I'm serious about that. Don't take that lightly. So let me rephrase that or repeat that. What would nourish you the most? Yes, say that I had the power to grant you 10 minutes just for you. What would you do with that time? The beautiful thing about it is that you don't need to be grant that wish. It just has to be important enough for you to take that time. And it doesn't even have to be 10 minutes. Just say 5 minutes. If you was to set aside 5 minutes out of your busy schedule, out of your busy day, what would you do with that time? What would nourish you? What would charge you? What would feed you? What would benefit you the most if you set aside 5 minutes? I really want us to think about that. And if you have your journal next to you or a piece of paper or a scrap of paper, right now, write down on that journal, write down on that piece of paper, what would nourish, what would you do in your 5 minutes, in your 10 minutes? Write that down now. And make that your to-do list for tomorrow. And actively, intentionally, purposefully, make that your thing that you're going to do for tomorrow. I see someone write, what would nourish me? Sleep, unbothered, non-sweaty, peaceful sleep. Then that would be, Talisa, something that you will work on. And yes, make that your intention for tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to add 10 more minutes to your sleep time. Unbothered, meaning for 10 minutes, whether it's in the middle of the day, whether it's right after your meditation practice, you're going to silence your phone. You're going to let your partner know ahead of time that it's blah, blah, blah time is 10 minutes of self-care for Talisa. You're going to make, that's going to be something you're going to do intentionally. And I want you to get back to me, even if it's in the separate message, what that 10 minutes did for you, or what that 5 minutes, if you couldn't do 10 minutes, set aside 10, what that 5 minutes did for you for your day. I want to see if anyone else responded. Okay, so I see quite a few you were on here. I didn't mean to take that much time on that, but I couldn't run through that without us being intentional. This practice today is a short one. So take a moment for yourself every day and try new ways to give yourself the gift of self-care. Hit the pause button on your busy life and see what the effect is. I think you will be amazed how just taking a moment for yourself can make all the difference. So, in the spirit of taking a moment for yourself, I offer you this meditation just to be with you, to love you, to honor you, to feed you. For this practice, I will not be playing any background music. I want us to truly be with self and to embrace any background noise. Any noise, and I loosely use the word noise, anything background other than my voice, other than the sound of your breathing, we're going to use that as our ambient music. It will not be a distraction. It will serve as to enhance today's practice. But before we start today's meditation, if you haven't already done so, click the like, click the like, click the like button right now. Click the like, click the like, click the like button right now. Click the like button, comment if you care to share. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Inspirational Moments with Joseph Long. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you may be notified every time I post something new. Now, these may seem like small gestures to you, but to me, to this platform, to the algorithm gods, they mean a lot. So in advance, I thank you. And let us begin. Still your mind and all those racing those thoughts that take you away from you. And let yourself come into the quiet. Embrace the quiet. Feel its peace and balance. Allow it to center you, ground you, connect you. In this space of stillness, you find comfort. That place inside you that feels warm and snuggly, like drinking tea by a fire, draped in a blanket. Stay in that place that feels both free and safe at the same time. Bask in the comfort. Bask in the peace. Bask in being you. Breathe in and find that corner inside you where your heart and mind are at ease. That corner you find yourself, that corner where you give yourself permission to be you. No rushing, no doing, just being, wrapped in comfort. Take a minute to explore this part of you, this sanctuary of self that brims with safety, fun, sacredness. Now breathe in the comfort and hold that space inside you. Now and always. Now, once more, take another breath in and let it go. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste. I'm just curious how this today's practice was for you, especially in the quiet. For so long, I have been doing practices with background music. I said every now and then I would have practices with no background music. We really need to start being comfortable with being with ourselves. Because in the real world, we're not going to be able to just pop in some music. Stress, anxiety, distractions happen anytime, anywhere. And we need to be able to when the situations occur, be able to go right into ourselves and recharge, comfort ourselves at any given moment. All right, so let me see who's on here. You could tune off at this moment. And Talisa, I got a word with you. I was reading your comments. I'm gonna go right to you. Your response. I'll try. It's I can't emphasize enough with you all with the vocabulary we use, the words we use. And I'm talking to you from my own personal experience. I try not to say, I'm going to try. If it really means something to us, if we really feel that a certain practice, a certain goal is important, we need to start saying, I am going to do. I'm going to try. I am going to do. Those two things invoke two different things. I'm going to try kind of give us allowances not to do something or for or I don't want to use the word failure, but if I say I'm going to do, that means I'm going to set in motion whatever I can to make that outcome manifest itself. Now it does not mean that things might not work out the way we want to. And I want you to allow, when you say I'm going to do, we need to allow also that the possibility that things might not manifest the way that we want them to, but recognize, but when we set things in action, at least stepping forward toward the goal, universe will set things, will also work with us. So I am going to do, not I'm going to try. That doesn't mean circumstances won't happen. That does not mean people won't happen. But it does mean that I'm going to actively do what I can to work towards my self-care. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm working in 2024 to remove as many excuses as I can towards accomplishing what I know benefits Joseph. All right. So on YouTube, I have Miss German on here, Grand Rising, Miss German, and she says, Grand Rising, everyone. It's Monday. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. That sounds like a song I started to sing, even though I don't know what the tune is, even if rather it's a song or not. Miss German types in hashtag global. Grand Rising, Miss German. Thank you for tuning in. Miss Pamela is on here. She says, good morning, my beautiful family. Grand Rising to you, beautiful Pamela. She continues on, blessing to you, my sister from another mother. I don't know who that's referring to, but I always love it when you all are sending each other love. Mr. Lisa, I jumped right into you. I hope you feel you take it as out of love and nothing else on the contrary of love. But she's on here and she says, morning, handsome, Grand Rising, all Grand Rising, beautiful. You are correct, but it was easier than saying, I don't believe it will work. We have to be honest with ourselves. If you don't believe it's going to work, guess what? It's not going to work. And that doesn't mean right is good. That doesn't mean good or bad. It just means maybe it's another practice that's for you, or maybe it's not the time for you, or whatever it is. I can't speak for you. I can only offer resources for you all. I can only talk about what works for Joseph Long. Ms. Pamela, thank you for emphasizing the fact that we all must be positive and saying specifically what we want the universe to address, leaving it no room for what we do not want. You hit it. Guys, from Miss Pamela, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what I was trying to say. We got to be specific with what we want. And I'm learning that. 50 years old, still learning that. When I talk about I want because in 2024, and I'm going to be transparent with y'all, I probably shouldn't share this much with y'all, but in 2024, I see myself in more loving relationships. So I had to be specific. What does that relationship look like? What does that mean to me? So just to give you an example, when I say love and relationships, people who loves me unconditionally, people who understand that my passion is in the performing arts. My passion is ministry, self-help, self-empowerment. That means that I see myself, I embrace titles as such as reverend, minister. I'm embracing that now because I am that. Or whoever does not see that in me, that's okay. That is okay. But I'm making room for, I'm attracting those who see that in me. That's who I want in my circle. And that's why I tell people now that I'm in this new place of residence, that's who I want in my house, who brings that energy. Yes. Thank you for that, Miss Pamela, as she continues on with hashtag global. Miss Pamela, I'm 75, going on 76, and now learning. Thank you. Just be open and receptive to learning at any age. Amen. And on IG, I have Miss Martha on here. Grand Rising, Miss Martha. Grand Rise. I have Mr. Snoopy Man, 1906. That he is, talk about a grade school friend. Oh wow. We know of each other. We know each other for so long. I don't know if you still on here live. You did type in good morning. Good morning, my brother. It means a lot to me that you are on here. And I'm going to also say here, since I'm being transparent, I love it when my male viewers, followers come on live. Majority of my followers are female, so it means a lot to me when I touch same gendered men, individuals. When I have men on here, we live in a society where it's not so acceptable for men to be in touch with their feelings, with men to be honest with their emotions. That I don't think that makes men, less of a man. I don't think that makes them soft. I think it makes them just that honest and aware of who and what they are. You can't be a king. You can't be a husband, a true partner if you not first know who and what you are. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But good to see you, my friend. I have my sister from another mother on here, Kioka, as she says, hashtag global. Grand rising to you. I have Miss AP on here. Grand rising someone. Miss Pamela, I don't know if that was a mistake. Wanting to be on video live, let me know. I have my healer Bernie in the house. Grand rising, Miss Bernie. Oh, Mr. Snoopy is really talking to me. We're all still learning, my brother. Okay, so you're still on here. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Miss Pamela is on IG and YouTube. Thank you for being on both platforms, keeping that momentum, that activity going. I think this is a first timer on here. Oh, YVNG King Cole. Grand rising to you. Thank you for being on here. You could have chose any platform. You could have been anywhere and you chose to stop by. And for that, I am grateful. Mr. Snoopy, fifth, sixth grade, Our Lady of Perpetual Help Catholic School. And with the laughing in yes, that's why I didn't remember what grade, but I knew it was, when I say grade school friend, I knew it was pre-high school time. And to see we reconnect, I think it was Facebook that brought us back. And I'm loving your content, my brother. Thank you for being a supporter, one of my supporters. And a real man isn't afraid to reveal who he really is. Yes. All right. Okay. Just all right. Okay, so it's 24 after, and I'm going to thank each and every one of you for tuning in with me, and I will be virtually seeing you all again. We will be virtually seeing each other again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On my YouTube and Instagram channels. And I'm glad to get all this feedback from today's practice. I didn't expect to get that deep or really into it. My intention was to give you a simple be in the moment meditation and get out. I didn't expect to talk so much. But I'm glad you all are giving me this feedback. This wasn't even the topic I was going to talk about today. I initially was going to go into setting boundaries. That was going to be the topic today. But it's funny. I'm learning to really work not necessarily or only with the flow, but being true to whatever vibrations come our way to really work with what I need. And I think I needed this practice today. And I'm glad you all found today's practice benefit. Okay, right before tuning off, Rose comes in on YouTube and she says, Grand Rising, everyone, hashtag global. Preach your touching my soul with your words. I need to hear this. The universe is always listening. Just set my intention, my intentions. Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for touching and agreeing. And with that, let us go forth on this beautiful Monday, being the light that you are, I am, we are. Peace and blessings. Mwah.